Hey guys, welcome to Ask the Cast! What's that? You can't see me? Oh, I'm sorry. Hi! As soon as I get changed, we'll start the show. Hello everyone and welcome to Ask the Cast number 5. And thank you to everyone who's been sending in their questions and keeping this show alive. Our first 5 questions actually, come from Auslander999. He asks, have you ever done a live performance with Allie the Pooch, it's just Allie Pooch for future reference, in the Treasure Valley or anywhere else in the U.S. world? Yes, we have actually. When I went up to Halifax last year in the summertime, I was doing a vacation, but I took with me Wayne and Allie, just for the heck of it, and I ended up doing an impromptu audition for the president and the rest of the board of the Darkside Expo, which will be a convention held there in April of 2012. And I did such a good audition with my characters that I was the first guest they signed up. For those who are interested, go and look them up on Darkside Expo on Facebook, and there will be a lot of information there for you guys so that you can either get your passes, or if you are an act, talk to the board and send in an audition. And they'll look at it and maybe they'll sign you up and you can be a guest there too. And we will be performing there, so we'll have another performance, a live performance for that. Question 2. Can you scan your old cartoons of Allie and show them in a narrated slideshow? Yes, I can. Last episode of Ask the Cast, I mentioned that Allie and a bunch of the main characters had originally come from comic strips that I'd drawn. And I still have them, and yeah, I can make them in a narrated slideshow. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but if it all works out, watch this Saturday and you'll get your narrated slideshow of all the comic strips I've got. And it's not just Allie Pooch comic, but Spook, and I might even throw in Wingnuts and Cashews. If you want to know what that is, ask. Who taught you how to use a sewing machine, and how many years have you been using one? My mom taught me how to use a sewing machine, actually, because I was interested in making stuff, and I got tired of just hand-stitching everything together, so she showed me how to use it on an old Singer. And I made small pieces of costumes, mostly masks, like a Spider-Man mask and things like that. I know I have that mask, but I can't find it anywhere. Anyway, I also took a home ec class in junior high and was taught how to sew on the sewing machine there as well, and was taught a bunch of different stitching there. So I've been sewing on the sewing machine since I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. Do you ever film outside shots of nature or offices for your green and blue screening? We have done some in the past. We don't do a whole lot of that. Usually I just look up a picture and we use that. But if we need a specific background and I can't find one, yeah, I'll walk outside and take a picture with my camera or take video with my camera, and then we'll put that in the background. Who is the most famous YouTuber you have ever interacted with your puppets? That would be Jill Hanner, or XGoboBeanX, and Film Esther Brim. When I went to LA the first time, I took Allie, Carmen, Alexander, and Lola with me, as well as a puppet of Esther, and we all had a blast with them. We went to a bar called Senor Fred's, and everyone got to play with the characters, did a whole bunch of fun stuff, and I wish I'd had a light on my camera then so that you guys could have seen what all happened. Unfortunately, it was really dark. But yeah, we had a blast there. I guess that could also be counted as a live performance, because some people from other tables asked if we would do a little skit for them, and so I would take Alexander or whomever up with me, and we would do some skits. So I guess we've had 2 live performances. Who Gettable asks? Where'd I get that accent? I don't know. Anyway, Who Gettable, he asks, is there a puppet that looks creepy in the dark? Well,
you haven't seen me for a while, but I am probably the scariest thing you will ever see in your life. Am I scary enough for you?
Was that creepy for you? I Am a Scarecrow asks, who is Allie and why have I never seen her or him in any video? Really? You've never seen Allie in a video, huh? This is Allie, my co-host. What? You're explaining this again? Apparently I have to. I'm his co-host. I'm the one who sits who stands on the stand next to him and wears a suit that matches his. Who doesn't know who I am? Apparently I Am a Scarecrow doesn't know who you am. Weird. Oh well. Jesse and Mike ask, we've got a question. Okay, that's a statement. The question is, when making puppets, what do you use to attach eyes, ears, etc. to the puppet? Mostly sewing. A lot of the characters are one piece, or, their head and body are one piece anyway. And sometimes the ears are attached. Characters like Barely or Spams, those guys, their ears are part of the pattern that's on the head and body. So I just run a stitch around the edge and sew it up. For characters like Allie, who obviously they're not all one piece, I just stitched up the head and then I cut a slit in the tops and sewn the ears in. Ah! How disturbing. Go away. Sorry. So that's basically what we use. For things like eyes, they're glued on. Hot glue is what I generally end up using. The nose, Allie's nose was also hot glued on. Some of the noses have been stitched on, but the bigger ones get glued. That way they look natural because I can just put a ring of glue around the edge and then just press the piece of fabric into the face. And it looks like it's all one piece, or like it naturally grew there. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me for AskTheCast number 5. Doubly thank you for all your wonderful questions, and I hope you enjoyed your answers. If you have any more questions, and I hope you do, please put them in the comments below here, and I'll answer them for AskTheCast number 6. And for those of you who'll be interested, like Outslander999, I'm repeating this, I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. This weekend, Friday night or Saturday, I will post the narrated slideshow of all my comic strips, and I hope that I can do it justice for you guys. So, enjoy yourselves, wait for this Saturday, and I will see you all next Wednesday with more answers to Ask the Cast.